And while that is happening, we're gonna go ahead and make our cookies. So I'm gonna put this behind me and get it out of the way. If you're not a fan of peanut butter, I do have another cookie recipe similar to this on my website that eliminates the peanut butter. Equally as delicious. Wouldn't it be so fun if you made enough money that somebody was coming and cleaning up behind you? That'd be awesome. That's my goal, my dream. That's my goal, my dream. You heard it in this video. What I have in here already is 1 3/4 cups of the fresh ground flour, and I switched the setting to pastry because we want that to be a little less coarse. We're gonna go ahead and mix our dry ingredients. So most of the time I'm not finicky about this, but for this recipe I am gonna separate. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I get bulk because I use it so often, and next time I'll actually get a bigger bag. I'll get it from Frontier, get it from Thrive. I've gotten it from Vitacost, wherever. You just wanna make sure that all of your products are aluminum free. 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, all clean ingredients. So am I gonna sit here and say that this is, you know, 100% healthy, because it is a little higher in sugar. But if this is your treat, if this is something that you're not eating all the time and you're gonna eat a cookie anyways, you cannot compare. So we're actually doing something good for our body. Nutrients are in here. We're gonna use 1 stick of butter at room temperature. And plop that in this side because we're gonna mix the sugars and the butter together and the egg. This could easily be vegan, super easy. You can just switch this out for coconut oil and it's gonna have a similar flavor. I love coconut oil, and a lot of times I'll do 1/2 and 1/2. Or if I'm making it for some vegan friends, then we just skip it and go straight for the coconut oil. You can also use a flax egg. It's always super simple to make it modified to whatever you need. Gluten-free flour if you have to be gluten-free. And I have found recently my favorite blend is the one by King Arthur. 1/2 cup of peanut butter. You can easily switch this out for almond butter, no problem. But I love peanut butter. And I love peanut butter and jelly, just being honest. Let's talk about the sugars. So we're gonna be using honey crystals, which is honey and sucanat, and all it is dried, that's it. Same with sucanat, it is sugarcane natural, so they just take the sugarcane and they dry it, and that is it. It still retains nutrients. So when we get into trouble is when we are using foods, items that have been stripped and void, which now to me it's not food at all. It has been stripped of its nutrients. That's what's going on with the store-bought bread. That wheat has been separated, and so now what they're using not only is old and has lost all of its nutrients, but it also has missing components. Same with white sugar. White sugar is void of nutrients, so it reacts in a much more negative way than these. You cannot compare. Now, do we want to feast on this? No, we don't. We still want to be very mindful, but if you're going to eat a cookie anyways, this is the way to do it. And you know, you can play around with this recipe and you can use a little bit less sugar if you would like. I think it would still taste delicious. Maybe drop it down to 1/3 each, or maybe even less. A lot of times I'll half the sugar in my cookies and pastries and things like that. Everybody still likes them. 1/2 cup of the sucanat, 1/2 cup of the honey crystals. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what just happened, and it's gonna be okay, and this is how I know. So I forgot, and I put the sugar in with the dry ingredients. The other day, this is the same thing that I did, but I did it with both. It actually ended up turning out fine. In the end, I just had to take my hands and kind of knead it in, but we're just gonna go with this, and we're gonna mix this. So ideally, both of your sugars go in here, but Kimberly makes mistakes. And by the way, Kimberly makes a lot of mistakes. So we're gonna put this over here. We're gonna go ahead and mix this up. We're gonna add our egg in a minute. You can take any recipe. I have done this with any recipe and you can make it clean and healthy. Still delicious. I have a mac and cheese coming out that I did for my granddaughter. She absolutely loves macaroni and cheese. Got some cauliflower in there. And with the noodle that we used, with the pasta that we used, it is gluten-free actually. I didn't do that on purpose, but I couldn't find a 100% whole wheat noodle that was non-GMO at the time, so I just went with those. She absolutely loves it, but it just goes to say you can switch anything up and make it clean and work for you. There's no reason to skip out on our favorite things. We don't have to. Okay, so now we're gonna add our egg. I like a lot of vanilla. 1 tablespoon of half and half. Do you want to try it? This is the fun part. We're going to combine the two. I'm going to go ahead and give this a stir. I'm going to add a little bit at a time. So this is the smallest scoop, and that's what we're gonna do. So let me go ahead and get our bowl of, okay, so for what I'm going to roll this in, and you can skip this step, you can totally skip it. But given the occasion, you know, it's Christmas time and I'm splurging just a little bit. I want it to be legit. So I'm gonna roll the balls in cane sugar because it's finer and it just works perfect for the outside. So just to kind of let you know, what sugars do I use in my home? I don't use coconut sugar. I'm not against it, but it gives me gas. So let's just be honest, not happening. So I use sucanat, I use honey crystals. What I use the most are maple syrup and honey, occasionally, very seldom actually, the cane sugar. There are times. I prepared and I forgot, so nice to be prepared. Okay, so this is the perfect size for me, and you're just going to scoop it and press, and then, wow, I've never had this much trouble. Maybe I need to add a little bit more flour. Roll, roll baby roll, and then roll, and then plop. Go ahead and make the print so that we can fill it with some jelly. My favorite is red raspberry. I love this brand. It's a spread, 100% from fruit. There's no sugar added. No sugar, no corn syrup, just good stuff. You can use whatever type of jelly you want, but this is my favorite combination.
Super good. If you like peanut butter and jelly and healthy things, do it.
So one thing that Tracy discovered lately is that her hemoglobin is low. So we've been talking about that. Some of the things that you can do to heal from that are grass-fed beef. Grass-fed beef is one of the best ways to fix that, and you can eat it, 3 or 4 times a week. But the thing is, you've got to make sure that that cow was pastured up until the end. None of this taking it and putting it on grain for the last 6 weeks. None of that business. The whole time pasture raised. But the other thing is you can certainly supplement, but you want to make sure that you're absorbing and assimilating. So I would highly recommend some probiotics, some enzymes, and also getting your dose of sunshine, making sure you're getting vitamin D. So today for our workout, we are going to take a walk outside It's going to warm up to high 60s from what I heard. Is that correct today? And so here it is, you know, basically winter time, and I am sure going to enjoy that sunshine, and then it's going to do us a lot of good. She's got on short sleeves, so her face will be exposed and her arms. You don't have any sunscreen on, right?
I don't today, but I normally do.
Okay, so no
I'm in the
sunscreen.
phase of not putting on makeup, so if I do put on makeup, then it's got it in there. And,
Okay.
Oh, my moisturizer has it.
Oh, because you're Pure brand. That's right. So if you have sunscreen on, like, you can just forget it. You're not going to get the benefits. So
I'll let you
sunscreen
know
today.
because I have a test in 2 weeks about my iron. So
Yep.
it's at 30 or something today or yesterday. So
two things. We were talking about what to supplement with, but also I was explaining to her that she needs to get her fiber intake up. And so she ordered some psyllium husk and just like this right here, fiber up. Super good.
and I hear spinach too is a good one. They told me eggs too.
Doing a little date night, and I'll show you some of the pretty Christmas lights that they have downtown Greenville.
Babe, the holidays are such a stressful affair. Ain't got no time to take it slow. But I talked to Santa Claus, he gave us one private evening under the old mistletoe. Oh, for we hear those reindeer walk, and all our relatives won't stop
Hallmark
talking.
special hot chocolate.
I got business with
It's a wrapping party.